So let's go. I believe we are back again. Let me see what the algorithm is saying from my side. And I know that we are not having a serious challenges. Whatever you see that we are having as a challenges, it is definitely coming from Facebook, probably, because I know that I have a good setup today. I have a good setup. So whichever challenges that we might find out, it might be coming from Facebook because they actually don't want me online. They do not want me online. So I am here to say, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are. If you are joining us, kindly share the video, invite other people to join. We are live and we are direct, and I believe we are also live on YouTube. Once you join this program, share the video, invite others to join for us to minister this gospel of freedom, gospel of redemption, gospel of liberty, gospel of restoration. That is exactly what we are here to minister. If you are here, invite other people to join. You don't want to hear this gospel alone. And we are live in different platforms on Facebook. We are also live on YouTube. Don't worry about the number. We already know that the number will be manipulated. The number will be troubled because we are undesirable on Facebook. Because we say it the way it is. We do not look at faces of criminals. We confess their sins the way it is. That is the reason why our number will be manipulated. But don't worry about it. The gospel must be preached. The gospel of Elohim Chukwokikabiyama, who lives in heaven, must be preached. And I welcome you to this program. First of all, there are things that I have observed that is happening around us, that is happening around Nigeria today. Just like you know that so many, let me bring myself closer that before we go to the things that I need to talk about, because I have placed them all over the place, the things that I must talk about. Of course, there are something that I saw this morning. I was so surprised about it because I saw it. I thought it was a joke. Then I did, make inquiries with regards to it, only to find out that it is not actually a joke. It is real. So that is the same thing I am here to talk about this morning. And you must understand that whatever you are seeing here, it is not the number that we're supposed to have, but we are undesirable. But it will not stop this gospel from being preached. From the first time I started this program, they were giving me only one person watching. And this time around, I think they are giving me some 28, 30, different numbers. But that is not going to stop us from doing what we are doing. Now, let us go here. There is a video that I saw for our people to understand that the protest on the ground must continue at all costs. The protest on the ground must continue at all costs. Because if you look at what is going on today, you will definitely understand that the protest on the ground is yielding some results. Now let's look at these people protesting. I saw the Nigeria senators protesting. Nigeria senators protesting. And I begin to ask myself, why is Nigeria senator protesting? Why are they protesting? It is actually something that I do not understand. Why are they protesting? They are protesting, saying Buhari must go. Buhari must go. I saw it, I busted into laugh, and I said to myself, I must bring it to share it with you so that you will know that every move and every step that we are taking, teaching and educating our people, it is yielding a whole lot of results. And that result is what you are here to see. I want you to look at this video.
Sir, this door is locked. They locked this door.
Or maybe let me actually zoom in. Let me zoom into the video.
Yes. All these sergeants at times. Their sergeant at times locked it. Yes.
Well, let's continue to watch it as in a small I think some other videos are making noise also. Let me stop those ones. Now pay attention. Pay attention. I think so many videos were playing from the corners.
Sir, this door is locked. They locked this door. All these sergeants at times. Their sergeant at times locked it. Yes.
I hope you are seeing it and you are paying attention. I think the video from that side was also playing.
Yes, they have been locking it. Okay. Open it. You can't go back. There's no
The volume.
AVG Soludo. Okay.
Oh, I am playing so many videos at once. Let me mute this one and we continue to watch Buhari Must Go and Buhari Must Go. These are members of the Senate House of Nigeria and they are protesting that Buhari must go. And if you look at it, you will understand that the dictator that you have as a president is terrorizing everybody. That is the reason why his Senate House is actually calling for him to go. And then you begin to ask yourself, is it the way they do it in the first world country? Because when you look at what is going on in UK, when Prime Minister, it is, when the UK, Parliament decided that no, they have had it enough. They had enough of these activities of this Prime Minister. And the next thing they did is they asked him to resign or he face impeachment, because that is the two options that we will be given, and no one want to face impeachment because it will deprive you of all your rights being an emeritus prime minister or emeritus president of that same country. You will no longer have those benefits. That is the reason why most of them will take that step to actually resign from the office instead of being chased away from the office. That is exactly what is happening. And now you go back to it, you go to what is going on in Nigeria. No one wants to tell it, and nobody is is telling Buhari to resign or he will be impeached. He cannot be impeached because he is a dictator. He cannot be impeached because he sees to everything. He is the one who takes charge of everything that is happening across that Nigeria you see. Now that is the reason why they rather protest instead of, doing a vote of no confidence. Instead of doing a vote of no confidence, they rather start protesting, because no arms of government has the right in Nigeria. There is no arm of government in Nigeria that has a right to discharge their duty without the interference of this one you called the executive, which is the executive you called is the president. There is no arm of government that is independent in Nigeria. It is same military regime that you were going through in 90s. That is the same military regime that is going on in Nigeria today. So you shouldn't be surprised. You shouldn't be marveled when you know that what you are seeing today is actually what is making you suffer. That the senator, a whole senator, senators are more like, should I call them, they are more like legislatures. Senators can come together and tell president to go. Senators. But they cannot do it. They are actually protesting. Buhari must go. Buhari must go. That's what they are singing for Buhari. They are singing a poem for Buhari because they know that they have nothing to say. Because if anybody who, what they will be asking themselves actually is, who is going to take the first step? Who is going to cast the first stone? That is exactly what we'll be asking themselves. Who is going to be the scapegoat? Because they are all scared of the man in Aso Rock. They are all scared of the man in Aso Rock. And when you talk about being scared of the man in Aso Rock, you will understand that if you make yourself to be the victim, the one who will cast the first stone, you will be eliminated by the dictator who parade himself in hyper mask and ruling over 200 million people. So that is exactly what I said. Let me just share it with you. This video, let us see it again. Let us see it again. Maybe we will understand it better.
They lock this door. All these sergeants at times. There are sergeants at times locked it. Yes. Yes, they have been locking it. Okay. Open it. Open it. You can't go back. There's no willing. We are saved. We must go. We are distinguished. There's space for you, yes.
So that is the way you saw it, the same way I saw the video, that all they are saying is that Buhari must go. And we are going to watch this one unfolding, because what happens in Nigeria, it is like people being numb of injustices, people being numb to injustices, rather. People have become numb. And I want you to understand, a government of every nation is the nation live a reflection of their government. Because whatever the government give to the people is what the people will give back to the government. And that is the reason why you see insecurity, criminality, killings, terrorism, because this is exactly what the government is bringing. It is reciprocal. Whatever you are, as a leader, you are giving to the people is the same thing that the people are going to produce and bring it back to the society, because they are living the reflection of their leaders. And that is what has been happening in Nigeria, to the extent that people are now numb to injustices. People are now numb to violation of their rights. People are now numb to many things that is against humanity. Criminality, people are numb to it. Now what they are trying to make you to live with is terrorism. They want you to become numb to terrorism. They want you to become used to it. That terrorism will overwhelm you, and at the end of the day, you will only be fighting on how to mitigate it, not to eradicate it. That is how you become numb to all this evil agenda of a government, of a nation. And if you look at 200 million people becoming numb to bad governance, becoming numb to corruption, becoming numb to all these atrocities, and to the highest level of it, they want you to 200 million people to be numb to terrorism. And when you become numb to terrorism, what is it going to do? What is the meaning of it? That means that the whole country will be seen as a terrorist country. And the only way the good people that are around it is going to be fighting. How do we mitigate this resurgency of terrorists? How do we mitigate? Mitigate is the language you will be hearing. You will not hear eradicate anymore. Because by that time, you will no longer be able to even eradicate the terrorism that you are facing in that contraption called Nigeria. So now, there is something else that, I saw, which is something I want to bring to your screen as well. I think this is, it is actually one of my screen. Let me bring it to you. And we are also calling on Soludo. We are calling on Soludo because now the people are protesting on the criminals created by Dave Umahi and Hope Uzodinma. And today, Soludo, you have created your own, and your own is also terrorizing our people. And I don't know why, I don't know, but I saw this video, and I said that this video, I must bring it to our people to look into it, to understand exactly what is going on. Until we find out what is going on, we cannot judge Soludo with this one until we find out exactly what is going on. But we are calling on Soludo to look into those that he's recruiting in his Anambra State vigilante. Because now, most of you government, once you come into the office, because you are numb to criminality, because you are numb to evil, because you are living a reflection of the federal level, you are now recruiting criminals. Call them Ndaburu. And you are now recruiting them, believing that they will be able to fight insecurity, believing that they are the people who know where the insecurity is coming from. You are forgetting that what you are going to give to them will never be enough, because these are criminals, and you recruit them and call them security. While instead of being security, is scrutinizing all the corruption and all the criminal acts from the people, they are now being the criminals. They are now actually oppressing the good people. in the state. That is the reason why I think I must bring this video for our people to see. When you look at this video, it is actually playing there. It is playing there. So check that video out and let me increase the volume.
Moto 911. N'ebe ka ị na-alụ ya? Ana m alụ ya na Nnibo. Na Nnibo. So ka ị nụtụkwa dị gaba na ka ị na-ebere akwa n'ahụ. Ihe na-ebere akwa bụ ndị vigilante Soludo jamụ ma ebe a wutisi ana. Jamụ ọmụ sị m ka m wepụta ihe nji na akpa nwere ihe nji asa achịcha m nwere ihe asa achịfụta. O nwere ihe abụ na akpa m ịnanya na
According to him, what he said here. Okay, let me try to remove
lock this door.
This other one because it is done. It is done playing. According to this young man, he said he's a mechanic, and being a mechanic, he's an automobile engineer, I can say, or he's a mechanic of these big trucks. He's a truck mechanic. That's what he is. And he said that Soludo's vigilante or whoever security force that he created jammed him with their car. This is attempted murder. If you look at what is going on here, this is attempted murder. And if you look at our activities online all the time, we are always here trying to protect, trying to advocate for those who does not have a voice. And I am also calling on Facebook, the way you are restraining me from my voice to be heard. We are trying to save lives. We are not trying to disorganize anything or trying to fight with anybody. We are trying to save lives. Like this video that is right in front of you, this video that you are seeing here on the small screen, that video is a video of a mechanic that this vigilante, because now it is very important for you to announce the storm before it comes down. We are going to be following up this security in order to know when they are moving out of line, because now we are not okay. Even though with Ebubago, we were exposing the activities of Ebubago from the inception, but the people who are the stakeholders, they never wanted to pay attention because our voices must not be heard. And that is exactly what Facebook is still doing, trying to suppress the truth that we are bringing to the public. And at the end of the day, they would say, we have done this, we have done that, when we didn't do anything. So now, when you look at this video, he said that the vehicles, jammed him and they broke his leg. And being a security, hitting into an individual with your vehicle, it is called an attempted murder. It is case of an attempted murder. You that is supposed to be, securing people, you are the ones killing them. So we are calling on the attention of Anambra State Governor to look into these issues and tackle it before it escalates, because this is what gives birth to criminality in a state. This is what gives birth to criminality when people will decide to start taking laws into their hands. The ones you call the security, they are the ones terrorizing the state. They are the ones terrorizing innocent people. This is one you will start see. This is the things that brings about popular uprising. And I know you, Soludo, you don't have the power for this popular uprising. And for your own information, you need to start following up with those you give employment as security of Anambra. You should start following them up to know exactly what is their activities. Now let's go and listen to this video. And while we are listening to this video, you pay attention and hear what this guy has to say. And okay.
I know the move. It's not like we're Godwin Onyebuchi. Godwin Onyebuchi. Adoke. Onye na afwe anu kedu wi na alo. An maru mechanic nnukwu moto 911. n'ebe ka ị na-alụ ya
ana m alụ ya na Nnibo
so ka ihe nutekwa dịga ebe a na ka ihe na-ebere akwa n'ahụ
ihe na-ebere akwa bụ ndị vigilante Soludo jamụ ma ebe a wutisi ana jamụ ọmụ sị m ka m wepụta ihe nji na akpa nwere ihe nji asa achịcha m nwere ihe asa achịpụta o nwere ihe abụ na akpa m ịnanya na-agbajigo wee m ụkwụ agbado m ebe ahụ fụọ gbado m onwezo oyi elu m aka ndị ọzọ kwuruzie no help to me otu nọ na onwere m
kedu akpa ibu kedu ihe afụ na akpa gị
o nwere ihe afụ na akpa m na ihe afụ na akpa m bụ ajụ na kwa ọlụ eji atụ timba anyị be ya kpọrọ anyị sị anyị bịa na a na-atụ timba ebe a na anyị elodia na 911 mana onwe ihe mee na ya na m edozikwu deten nya ka m bịa n'ebe a gbajie m ụkwụ gbado m ebe ahụ fụọ
ire akwụnwe ọtọ kịta
mmadụ akwụnwe ọtọ
ha agbajigo ọgba ndị AVG Soludo ji nwayọ ndị agbajigo onye akwụkwọ ya gị makwadịgodo onye iwu na-ekwusi okwu ike
onye mechi Emmanuel
kedu ibe ị na-alụ painting onye ebe ka ewu Ebonyi steeti kedu ibe mee enu ka ihe mee ebe a n'ahụ
ihe mee ebe kịta na-abụ na anyị na-eje mmanwụ ma n'ọrụ a na-akpọ nwafe onye Enugu ukwu ọsọ nwafe ka anyị na-eje n'ọrụ n'Enugu so ọkpa anyị ska bịa mere obere.
Do you know the real reason why I am saying that the activities of these security operatives, it is very dodgy? The real reason why I see it to be very, very dodgy is because if these people were a criminal, that they hit their vehicle into these people, and now at the end of the day, they're leaving these people behind, crippled. It means they were not criminals. It means that the security is becoming corrupt. Because if they were criminals, they were supposed to be taken into custody, right? But this is hit and run situation. They hit it into them, and this is exactly what is going on in Imo State. When they see you as able-bodied men, they kill you. When they see you as able-bodied men, they will approach you, try to intimidate you. Probably if you are not willing to give them what you have, they kill you. So we are calling on the Professor Charles Soludo to look into this matter before it becomes too late, before it escalates. Then you will be seeing the presence of people calling your security must go. Because these people, you people are recruiting into this security. You don't do a background check on these people. You never did a background check on them. Sometimes, I don't know if you release criminals from jail and say you are giving them employment to go and look for other criminals. You don't know there is orientation that criminals have. They always have orientation. Their orientation is that once they are not yet ready, to come to repent, they will continue their criminality. Anybody around is their prey. And there is no way they are going to be given a gun by the government and you ask them to go and fight crime. They will never fight crime because they are not for fighting crime. They are for criminalizing people. They are for, intimidating people rather. A criminal will never fight crime for you. A criminal will always intimidate. A criminal will always, do their criminal activities. That is exactly what they are known for. So if you are expecting that if you take Ndaboro, some of Ndaboro who are criminals, you want to recruit them and call them security, police, without doing a background check on them to see exactly what they are up to, you are purposely trying to terrorize your community. You are, consciously trying to kill your people for no reason. Because how much are you paying these people? That will be enough for them. How much are you going to pay these people that is going to be enough for them? So for this, we want Soludo to make sure he look into this matter before it becomes too late or before it turns to popular uprising, just like what is going on around Nigeria today. And then, because if you look at what is going on in Nigeria, it is actually the time that all the stakeholders need to come into the party and ask themselves, is there really a solution to Nigeria problem or not? And you will discover that there is no solution to Nigeria problem, because it has come to that point that Nigeria have no other solution. There is no solution to Nigeria problem other than to have a referendum that people will know where they want to follow, where they want to go, and they will go there and they will choose for themselves, a leader that will govern them. Not only choose for themselves a leader that will govern them, they will choose for themselves a constitution that will tackle the challenges that they have faced in the past, that it will not repeat itself again. That is the only solution that you will suggest in that Nigeria you see today. But of course, so many stakeholders, because your suffering is putting food on their table. That is the reason why they will care less. Until your suffering stop putting food on their table, they will never cease to care less. They will never cease to care less. I want you to look into the video that I am going to show you here, for you to understand what happened exactly, some of the things that happened during the time of the house invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. During that time, you will testify to what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, that when they came in, they killed everything that is that is at their disposal. They even killed a dog. They killed his dog. And that dog they killed. And the people might be believing it is a joke. In Western world, if you kill, anything, somebody's pet, you will go to jail for it. If you kill somebody's pet, if you kill somebody's dog, rabbit, rat, snake, for no good reason, of course, you are going to jail. Talk more of a dog. If you kick a cat, you are going to jail, or you are going to be fined. But now, everything you call security operative in Nigeria, once they come into your house, they see a beautiful dog, they will kill that dog. They will kill that dog. That is the same thing they will do. They will kill, I don't know if I will call it envy or wickedness. They will kill that dog, just like they have done here. Pay attention.
Yeah, police dog. Onoku police dog. Then abe ida kubu. All police dog yeah there. Na be ida kubu. Tamos ahare kuo. Ona bani shiforota. Unanya unafumbo enyeria. Nke bụ na ya maba ndị bụ ndị na-eme ya. Aka mmeje ọnụ bụ ya akpọ ihe na-eme ya. Na mgbe chiforo ọfụma ka anyị wee mara ma ọ bụ ndị Igbo bịara ma ọ bụ ndị oyibo bịara. Unu na-anya unu afụ police dog dị be ya. Ifekwa anya unu ya afụ ọya abụba ide akụbugwu Tamos ahara ekwuo. Abalị chiforo taa nwoke alaghị ụra nwaanyị alaghị ụra.
Who are those that have a history of killing dogs when they come to attack you? You know, of course, those who has the history. Who are those that have the history of killing dogs? They went to Iboho's house, they killed cat. They came to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house, they killed dog. Once they see a nice dog, this is a German Shepherd, the one you popularly know as police dog. Is a German Shepherd. That dog you are seeing there, is worth more than $2,000. German Shepherd is worth more than $2,000. They just come in and kill it. Maybe because of their envy, because of their wickedness. Now you look around, you continue to watch, you will see how they shot at the gate.
Bagidona gate. Did
you see the bullet? The bullet. So this is actually a bullet. How they were shooting at the gate, at the entrance gate of this place. You know, when you see all these things, you begin to ask yourself, what is going on? What is going on? Every day there is a bad news coming out from Biafra land. Who are those causing it? People in power. People in power. And now, having seen all these things, you will remind me, or you will remember by yourself, that Hope Uzodimma, at some point last month, he came and said that IPOB have nothing to do with criminality in Imo State. That the criminality in Imo State, it is called politically contrived. And today he go ahead and now give Ebubagu a promises. Make a pledge to Ebubagu, once you kill a IPOB member, that you will collect 1 million. When you kill IPOB member, you collect 1 million, as the rumor may have it. But he said that IPOB is not the problem. IPOB is not the reason why there is insecurity all over the place in Imo State. So, you know it is government contrived. You know it is actually, moved by politics. And you are going ahead, for goodness sake, killing the innocent people. Killing the innocent people. And what do you have to say about it? Killing of the innocent. That you are killing all over the place. And yet you say it is not politically, it is politically contrived. That is evil, wickedness. And that is the reason why the protest in Biafra land will never stop until Ebubagu cease to exist. You should actually, extend this protest to, everywhere. It is Igbo protest, it is not IPOB protest. It is you people that are feeling the heat. It is you people that are feeling the heat of what is going on in that place. So you need to react. Some people say that push means pray until something happens. It is actually do something until something happens. You need to continue to protest until they acknowledge your, they take your memorandum. The memorandum states that Ebubagu must do your memorandum of request. It must state that Ebubagu must be dissolved. The protest should not be undermined. You shouldn't undermine that exercise that you people are carrying out. You should never undermine that exercise, because that exercise is going to yield a lot of result, a whole lot of result. Now, because of the protest, you now start seeing DSS with their activities. You start seeing DSS, carrying out the activities that they know best. I am going to show you their activities. Just to incriminate IPOB. Just to make IPOB look bad in the eyes of the world. But at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. Lie is a lie. Let me show you this before we continue before we go to what we have for the day. Because there is something that I am here to talk about. And that thing I am here to talk about is about Canon Takano, Autopilot, saying they have welcomed Canon Takano into, of course, we know he is being part of them. So whatever you see that they are telling you, it is actually to deceive you because he's being part of them.
This
because
is
his activities is that of that autopilot. Right? That is his activities. And he does not have any
Over
shame.
how many years?
If he has any shame, he's supposed to hide his face while he could. But he does not have any shame left on him. But we are coming there. We are coming there. I want you to look at this video
where they
that is showing on the small screen. I am not going to zoom it
they be staying here
because
for over
the reason why I cannot zoom it. Look at the video that is showing on your small screen there.
IPOB members.
Look at it.
This is their shrine. This is their shrine. Where they make sacrifice.
In fact, having seen this video, this is where, you know, DSS is going to use the children, set up a scene as if they are acting drama. DSS is becoming the employees of Nollywood because they are presenting a Nollywood scene. You know, setting up a scene, presenting kids there to tell you, to make these kids to confess we are members of ESN. Just like that, we confess. Just like that. You believe that we, IPOB, we do not have what it takes, die hard. We have what it calls die hard. That is the reason why we join this movement. If we are not die hard people, we are not going to be standing. Even now, you know, we are not going to be standing. We have that die hard spirit that, you know, you cannot stage up a drama like this and expect us to believe in it. You call kids to tell you that they are members of IPOB, they are ESN. That is the reason why they are living in the bush. Of course, in America, in Europe, in so many developed countries, there are people who chose to live in the bush. Or haven't you seen that? There are people who chose to live in the street. Haven't you seen that? There are people who, Fulani, what are they doing in the bush? So they are members of IPOB also, because they are in the bush. You know, when you look at the drama that they are setting up in Nigeria just to, you know, incriminate IPOB, it is laughable. Very, very laughable. You would think this initiative is coming out of a child. You would think it is a child initiating, you know, this rubbish that you are seeing in the public domain. Only for you to find out that it is not a kid. They are adults trying to incriminate somebody while indicting themselves. That is exactly what is going on in Nigeria. Look at what they set up. A plastic. Brought up a plastic. Called them to say they should act like a bubago. I am going to show you, you know, I am going to show you the way it is. I am going to show you.
Utocha, what have you come to this side of this forest?
Did you see the kids that they presented for you? Tell them to behave like a bag. You must tell them to behave like a IPOB. Ebubagu is a nightmare. Ebubagu is a nightmare in Igbo land, and that is the reason why it will never, come out of my mouth. This is child abuse, setting them up in a scene. What they do not know about. That is how they go about. The girl is dating bandits, just like
I want to have the Ibu Anyebu, or you are a mini State, achieving Anambra State. I am. I want to have the Ibu Anyebu. At least, Eviji sachi ani mmadu.
That's how it is.
Ofori arapia. Ka akujule onye awukwu.
There is no way, no matter what they will ever call IPOB criminal or terrorist, because we have passed that level. We have proven to the world that we are peace-loving people. We have proven to the world that we are not violent movement, and we are not going to become peace-loving people all the time. And that we need to let the world know that we are not going to be peace-loving people all the time for all our people to die. At some point, when you push somebody, hey, they might end up reacting without them even knowing when they reacted, because you can see the activities of Ebubago, you can see the activities of the governors, you can see the activities of the military, you can see all that going on in our land, and we've been laying low for us not to be, because they are doing all these things in order, if we rise up against it, they will say it is all about us. We cannot fold our arms like this and in order to continue to say before they call us terrorists, and they will continue to kill us. It will not happen for a very long time, because it is almost here. They have killed us. It is almost here. That is something the international community and the United Nations and co should start, getting to know. Because you cannot issue a directive. Nigeria is not adhering to that directive. You tell us to continue to keep quiet, or because we don't want Catriona Lang to say that it is IPOB. If you don't want all these people that are compromising in Nigeria to say that we are doing this, we are trying to defend our people, we might not tolerate that for a very long time, because we have tolerated it enough. We cannot continue to say that, we cannot continue to say we don't want this, we don't want that, and we are being killed. No, the era has gone by. UN have called for release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and nothing is being done about it. There is no move, there is nothing, no word from the president of Nigeria, no word from the media houses of Nigeria. You cannot tell us to keep quiet. And we know we are calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to stop these killings that is going on in Biafra land. Because they are holding him there, and they are killing our people in Biafra land in order to say it is IPOB. So, we are calling on the stakeholders. We are calling on them to know that if they continue to kill our people, we can do anything to defend our people. We have the capacity to do everything to defend our people. We have that capacity. That we are calm does not mean that we do not know how to be, violent like Nigeria. But we want to make the world to know that the genocide that happened in 1967, it was not Ojukwu's fault. It was not Biafra fault. It is not IPOB fault. Rather, it is Nigeria-Britain government fault. That is the reason why that genocide took place in 1967 to 1970. And no one is held accountable for war crime. And that is the reason why they continued where they stopped in 1970. They continued. Because they never believed that those people who were given 30 pounds after taking over their businesses, their houses, their mansions, was given of 30 pounds. They never believed that they will stand today. And come to see it, we are standing and we will continue to stand. And now I am coming to this end of this exposition. Now let us go to internal enemy that we have in the name of autopilot nude sharers. I want you to know, of course you know, that the activities of autopilot, the infiltrators, that today that the media are calling them faction in IPOB. And we have made it clear that we do not have faction. What you see presenting, it is nothing but what you called politically contrived. They are placed there to continue to act like they are IPOB, to continue to act like, you know, they even recruited most of the expelled members of IPOB, the ones you might know them by their names, the ones you might know them by their faces. The reason why they are recruiting the expelled members of IPOB is for you to think that IPOB has a faction. For you to think that the IPOB have something that they, you know, representing them in the name of faction. There is no such things. What you are seeing is the handwork of the politicians who kidnapped Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, rendition him to Nigeria today. This was what they planned. They planned it ahead of time. And as a result of their plans, that is exactly what you are seeing out of all over the place. Some people they recruited even while they are still in the system of IPOB. And when IPOB discovered, they actually suspended all of them. And they sacked all of them, rather. They sacked all of them, not actually suspending. They sacked them. And they now decided to show what exactly they are representing, because their cover has been blown. And that is the reason why we started calling on Canon Takano to stop working with all these people that are expelled from IPOB, because working with those expelled members can only mean one thing. It will only mean that you are not genuine. Challenging the activities of those whom your brother gave power will only mean one thing: that you do not mean well for the struggle or for your brother. 1 minute. Hello? So having seen all that, you will agree with me that Canon Takano is challenging the position of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in IPOB. Because some people will say it is not a family business. This is no longer about family business. This is about challenging the position of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Canon Takano, I want to ask you a question. Are you in competition with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? Are you in competition with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? because you coming up to challenge every activities of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, it means that you have been placing yourself to be in competition with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And you happen to be his brother. Because if you are challenging his position, that means you will not mean well for him. If you are challenging his authority, if you are challenging his directive which he gave to us, it means that you might not mean well for him. And that is very, very bad. That is very, very bad. Why are you challenging the positions of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu? He said that the DOS is the highest office and the DOS we must listen to. One moment. One moment, we are going to pause now. I will be back soon. Oh, we are back. We are back, and so what I am trying to say, because I have to round up now, my time is up. To go, do one or two. It is very, very necessary that you are reminded, Canon Takano, that you are challenging your brother. And now let me tell you those who are aware that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who were aware that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya. Number one, the person who were aware that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya, Oyibonelli, Canon Takano, Simon Ekpa. And Simon Ekpa did not hear it from Oyibonelli. If you understand what was going on that time, if you will remember what was going on that time. During that time that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was interviewing Matanga, Ekperima in Finland was well aware that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya. During that period, during that time, if you can remember. And that is the reason why he was also in contact with Matanga, Simon Ekpa, and Lumumba. So these were the people who knew that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya. Number one, Oyibo, Nelly, Simon Ekpa, Canon Takano. Then they even extended that to Rabbit Charles. They extended that message to Rabbit Charles. And these people, they were well aware that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya. And now, after that, when this issue happened, there is this other people which is called, there are two other people that I did not mention, women. I cannot remember their names. But I will just try to write their names down. In order to remember it, I will post it to my page. These other women, they know about the whereabouts of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. And when this incident happened, for this incident to settle down, to make sure it happened, they were misleading people on the public domain, on the social media. They started misleading people on social media. That is the reason why you will hear somebody was using Twitter page of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu tweeting. Somebody was using Twitter page of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu tweeting. Because they were trying to make sure that the mission was accomplished. All these people, they knew. And the first thing they did is to start playing victim. And now coming to Canon Takano, which is the reason why I am saying this, is that Canon Takano, you knew that your brother was in Kenya. You didn't, you knew he had a problem. You said to the DOS, he's praying in the mountain. We will forgive you for that. It can be a mistake that you make. We can say that we call it a mistake. But you, Canon Takano, having done all that, and the first thing those autopilots that knew that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, as well as that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in Kenya, and they say that you sold your brother. And having seen that they say that you sold your brother, you never ever come out to deny whether what they are saying is the truth or not. That's okay. Let me not emphasize on that too much. After that, what did you do? You started disrespecting the instruction given to. You started deceiving. It is you that is dividing the Lego team. It is you that is dividing the IPOB. It is you that is instigating Biafra Unite to continue to undermine the Lego team. Why is that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Canon Takano, leading them, and you are missing. You are actually rubbishing every strategic structure that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu put in place by going and working with expelled members. What does that tell you? You are challenging the structure created by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why are you doing that? Platform is the same platform I used to fight for you for the last 12 months. The same platform that the DOS used, the DOS used to fight for you in the last 12 months. But only to know that you attach them. You and the one that is wearing Duke. And that I don't know if it is that auto feta tomorrow to me video born a tofe today. In the struggle, in the bolon fandon on a struggle. No. This is not a child play. You are putting the lives of people in. This struggle is no joke. You coming out to challenge the DOS. You coming out to work with the expelled members of IPOB. It means that you are trying to challenge the activities of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Why are you doing it? Stop making yourself to look like a fool, because you are making yourself to look like a fool, if I must tell you. You are making yourself to look like a fool, and anybody working with you and agreeing with you, that person is also a fool. Because now you begin to tell me that among all the departments you see in IPOB, the only department you go and align with is where there is money. The only department you go and align with is where there is money. Kanu Ntakanu. Why is it the only department? I also hear a rumor that they gave you $1 million. What have you done with that $1 million? Kanu Ntakanu, you are undermining us. You are undermining those who are in this struggle. And that is what you are doing. You are undermining us. That is the reason why you go and call us recharge card media warriors. You are not only insulting the command of your brother, you are undermining us, Biafrans. And you are not aware of that. And the reason why, all these things are just happening the way it is because of that brotherhood between you and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that is what you are taking advantage of. You are taking advantage of that brotherhood, which is the wrong move you are making. You should understand that a lot of people have died for this struggle. Many people have given their life for this struggle. And people will still die and given to us by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The one we know, the one that made you relevant. And it cannot be. It is not obtainable. I am not those who will say IPOB is not a family business. What I am going to tell you, if you have issues with your brother Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, go and sort it out. Don't bring it to the social media. Because what you are doing right now, challenging him, bringing it to the public, that is exactly what you are doing. And it is an insult to the face of IPOB family worldwide. You align yourself with money, go and recruiting the people who are expelled, dividing the legal team. What else do you want to do in this struggle for you to know that you have done a lot? Your brother went missing, they ask you, you say he's in the mountain praying. What was your reason? The reason best known to you. And I cannot judge you on that, but I can emphasize on that while judging your activities that you are actually discharging recently. Your insubordination to the command of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It makes me to think about many things. Many things Nelly have said. Many things Eberima in Finland, the one you wanted him to start broadcasting in Radio Biafra, said. I don't know what was your agreement or arrangement with him that you were the first person to come and expose the news that he need to start broadcasting in Radio Biafra just to make sure that you turn people against the leadership. And that is exactly what you did, without giving the full details. You never come to the media to say that DOS did the needful by not allowing the criminal in Finland to broadcast on Radio Biafra. That the rules of engagement must be followed and the code bends for no one. You did not come and say it to Biafrans that so many innocent Biafrans are following the enemy today because people like you who started pushing that narrative that Ekperima must broadcast on Radio Biafra did not come to push the narrative that there is something called that Ekperima, anybody who must be administered into Radio Biafra must be scrutinized thoroughly. And if they are not passing the test, they are not going to be administered into Radio Biafra. But you did not come to debunk it. All you come to tell us is that the DOS is compromising the ESN. Do you even know the activities of ESN? Do you even know that the DOS is calling the name of ESN? So you shouldn't. Of course, this shows me that you don't even follow the footstep of your brother. Maybe you are challenging him. Because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made it clear that anybody who is not listening to the instruction, we will assume that the enemy has bought you over. We will not undermine and insulted the media warriors by saying that we are recharge card media warriors. All the directive issued by Mazi. You haven't heard that before. You retract that path. You are bringing the Kanu's family a bad name. That's what you are doing. If you have any shame left in your bag, you should know that you are bringing Kanu's family a bad name. And that is what. Be mindful of that. And watch your step. Let me be honest with you. You are not better than those who die. If you are indeed very, very, if you are indeed, championing the cause of this struggle, you are not more important than them. If I must advise you, all you need to do, make sure, follow the rules. I see Autopilot broadcasting that they have, that you have joined them. They are broadcasting that you have joined them. If I there, Maggie, the people who said you sold your brother say that you have joined them. I was fighting for you for the sake of the dear man, the honorable man who gave us relevance, including you, in this struggle. And for your parents, for the sake of your parents. This is the reason why I've been fighting, to make sure that the honor of have proved me wrong for fighting for you. I always have you in my mouth. That is the reason why you put Ezumezu to call me to say that I am deviating from the struggle by trying to expose Biafra Unite, the one you are using to insult the leadership. That is exactly the reason why you did so. But be careful of the path that you are choosing for yourself. Be careful. You see, Biafra is a spirit. And you don't want that spirit to begin to follow you. You might think the one in Finland is going scot-free. That one is a living dead. You see the man in Finland, he is a living dead. You will believe he's going scot-free. He is a living dead. You will hear it when it happens. You will hear it. And I am telling you right now, you will hear it. You are not even supposed to interfere or challenge the leadership of this struggle. If you know that, or if you want to, because doing it is now you are giving a lifeline to the autopilot criminals who said you sold your brother. You are giving a lifeline to them. That is what you are doing. We are having a call. I will pick up this call. Before I make another mistake. Hello, are you calling for the program? All right, okay, let me put you on speaker. All right. Please, the caller on the line, go ahead.
Good morning, George. Good morning, George. Morning is Marian Head. I'm calling from United States. Good morning, everyone. I just came back from work. I'm trying to take a cup of tea, go to sleep, but I just browsed and saw you. I just want to say this. I'm listening to you. Now, listen. I'm going to ask this as a question, but it's going to play right into what you're discussing when it comes to Kanu Takano. I have made this statement, I believe, in your program a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to say it again. Have you asked yourself this question? Why is it that Ekwerima continues to say, or has said in the past many times, that if Mazi will ever find out those that betrayed him, that he will be shocked and surprised? And each time he says it, he would chuckle with a crazy smile on his lips. That thing carries weight for me.
It does.
Heavy weight for me. Because wait, the body language speaks volume. Said Mazi will be surprised. And then he will tell you, what you don't know is bigger than you. Follow behaviors, follow body language. Things unsaid many times carry more information to what people tell you. Watch body language. Follow the story. Right from the moment Kamunta was accused that he was aware minutes. Let me give him benefit of that. An hour at least after Mazi was captured in Kenya, he made sure, work with the then secretary, that the information did not get to those who could have saved Mazi from Kenya. I don't care how anybody spin it. That thing is pregnant. If you're doing forensic investigation, he's a #1 suspect. And he has not come out to deny it. Even give an explanation why he chose to lie. Not only did he keep the information down, he framed a lie. Tell that good girl, told her to tell, if anybody should ask you, tell them, or no, let me rephrase. Mazi Darlington said that he personally called him, and he said that Mazi was on the mountain prayer. That thing carries weight for me.
It does.
Because remember the last time I said I didn't want to analyze them criminally, but I'm beginning to go there. For him to use the word mountain, this is what my mind is telling me. He invoked mountain so that if the whole idea was Mazi was going to be killed, and they would have dumped his body in a Kenyan mountain. That's where Mazi could have been found.
Yes.
And then the cover-up story already said it out to you. He was praying in the mountain, so you say, oh, Mazi was either killed by criminals, bandit or an animal. It depends on how they killed him. Praying on the mountain.
Yes.
That was his cover-up. He already started building an alibi. He has never denied it. He has never debunked it.
It's true.
Neither has he given us any good reason why he made up that story. Because how what's his name? The guy from Oduduwa. How they were able to stop his extraordinary renditioning from Republic of Benin. Mazis own would have even been easier.
Yes, because the information was, they were proactive.
Yes, so the question is, why did he? Why was this behavior? Why? And even Marvin Ward has come out to say it, confirm it. That even because he told them this, he was telling them Mazi is fine, no problem. He was praying on the mountain when they couldn't hear from him, because that was unusual from Mazi's behavior. And then even the day Mazi was showcased to us, everybody was surprised. Mazi Ward said he called him and said, "Where do you say our Onyendu is?" He was still lying through his teeth. It wasn't one time. It wasn't a mistake. It was deliberate. He didn't say it to one person, he said it to more than two people. And then Mazi Ward said, "Am I seeing or am I going crazy? Because they just showcased this man." He said, "Let me see." He himself was surprised because he thought Mazi was dead. Mazi was supposed to die in Kenya.
Yes.
Now, since that was invoked by DOS, he came and challenged DOS. Somehow they managed it. I believe Mazi managed that thing to avoid confusion. And DOS bowed at the end of the day. We all knew, somebody like me knew there was something that happened. I felt it. Nobody told me anything. Now, ever since then, he had been trying to bring us his footprints to position himself as the next sensation. Even Master Prophet has been promoting him that after Mazi Nande, he should be the next person.
That one is a criminal. That one is a criminal. Mietiala.
Kanu Ntakanu has not been holding any position, has no position. So how does he move from being an ordinary floor member like you and I to become the HOD? Mazi never gave him any position. There has to be a reason. That what I'm trying to, my mind is telling me that because this guy has a character flaw.
No, when the question come off accounting at this struggle, many of them.
Mazi knew that this guy has a character flaw that Mazi was trying to protect. That was why Mazi did not give him any position, because Mazi knew if he should ever give him any position, that character flaw Mazi was trying to protect was going to use that like a wound.
True.
Because the only advocate group that is advocating for the release of your brother, you're doing everything to undermine it. Everything to undermine it. The question becomes, why? The only thing I can reach is he doesn't want Mazi to be out.
Yes.
There is no, let him come and challenge all the accusation or debunk all the accusations that are being levied on him.
And this reminds me, why is Vanguard telling you Kanu Ntakanu say thank you to UN? Kanu Ntakanu fight with the
you know that story, I'm still working, I'm still eyeing that story, because listen, for the past 2-3 weeks, people like me have been calling Kanu Ntakanu to come and give us account of the so-called lawyers he hired in Kenya and all that. I made that call, I've made it several times, that we need him to give us, if he really truly believes that he's doing something over there, we need an update. Look, everything is about timing. Pay attention. Even when you're solving a criminal case, it's one of the elusive things, but time will give you the answer. You know, somebody like Albert Einstein, in all his brilliance, do you know the equation that eluded him, that is still eluding man today? The equation of time, solving the problem of time dimension.
Yes.
I don't want to drift into metaphysics. I'm going to stay here. Because that's metaphysics I'm going into, or quantum physics. I'm not going there. Timing. Where do I start?
From the newspaper, Vanguard.
Okay. Let me know when you want me to go.
No, go on.
Okay. But my voice is coming out. Okay, but anyway. So, what I was saying is the Vanguard story. I want it to be a true story. But somebody like me, the way I think sometimes, I'm suspicious of that story. One, why is it only Vanguard that carried that story? My major heartburn is the timing. Time is one of the elusive equation up to today. Even with Einstein is his brilliance. That's one of the things he was not able to ratify. Time dimension. Okay? Time is the key. Hold the key to a lot of things. If you can break the code on time, even when you're solving a crime, time is very important. It can be elusive, but it's very important. It plays into it. Because a couple of weeks ago, 2 to 3 weeks ago, somebody like me have been calling out. Because of this behavior, he started putting up with Nneanya. I have been saying that even the so-called lawsuit, he's claiming he hired some lawyers in Kenya and all that petition in UN. We need an update. Then all of a sudden, from nowhere, boom, we're getting this news being carried by Vanguard. I never heard that news again from a major newspaper from Nigeria, not from Punch or even making news. I never heard it from DOS authoritatively. So I want to be wrong, but my mind, the ways are working because of this behavior. I'm asking myself, because this thing has been in my mind, I need to get it out. Is Kanunta trying to play on us again? Just like he did for those 8 days Mazi was being beaten and tortured. Is this story being put out there to pacify people, give people hope when it's a false hope that something is going on? Meanwhile, nothing is going on. I don't know. I'm asking a question that is giving me serious heartburn because of the behaviors of this young man so far. Your brother is held. The only advocate group working, doing anything at all officially to bring your brother, your so-called brother out. You're doing everything within your power to undermine it. The argument and the question becomes, why? What is it that you have to benefit if Mazi is not released today? What is it that Kanunta need to benefit if Mazi is there today? He has shown us his hunger for power. His hunger for power. But he has to understand, you don't choose people, people choose you. He doesn't have the charisma. People have rejected him. He must get it. So him and Nene should go and form whatever they want to form with the so-called emissaries and leave IPOB alone. Because even if, God forbid, this is not a family thing. There is a particular reason, because I've been questioning myself when I found out that he's not even holding any office. And he claimed that he started this movement with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm asking, why didn't Mazi find him worthy to give him a position? Because Mazi knows that this guy has a nasty character flaw. And that is why he did not. And Mazi did his to hide him, to hide that quality, that crazy quality that Mazi didn't want anybody to see. But because Mazi is in somewhere now, he has exhibited that character. This guy is very, very unbelievable. He needs to come and challenge all the lies, put it straight, tell us what happened, why he kept quiet for 8 days. Mazi was in captivity and he was away. That is an unusual behavior. You don't love somebody and you find out that in their harm's way and you keep quiet. You make sure that you cover it up. And ever since Mazi has been kidnapped and renditioned, he has been trying to challenge the only structure Mazi put in place. I am not happy about that. I'm worried about that. Kanunta Kanu needs also explanation. And I have been calling it out, according to calling it out. Kanunta Kanu, at least must be suspended. Must be suspended. And if Mazi comes out and wants to play this card, the family thing, somebody like me will withdraw. And I know a bunch of people will withdraw. You cannot tell us one thing and do another thing. There's a reason why people bought into the Biafran project, because we believe it's going to be different from what is happening in the zoo. Look at how the zoo is sinking in now, imploding from inside out, because of characters like this. Even what zoo has done is nothing compared to what this man is trying to introduce or interject into this movement. Buhari's son is not in the cabinet. Buhari's brother is not in the cabinet. Why is he doing this thing? There's only has to be one answer. He knows what happened to Mazi, and we need an explanation, because he has made our life a living hell. Somebody like me is not happy with him. That's what I want to bring in for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marian Heda. Thank you. As you have spoken my mind, and I believe you have spoken the mind of many Biafrans. And of course, I know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not, of course, the interest of the family, will be protected, because, at the end of the day, we know Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is the reason why we joined. We don't know any other person.
We did not join because of the name, because I've been hearing it, he's related. I can tell you, it makes me angry. We have people that have died. People that continue to die. in the quest for this thing. The consul's wife, is somebody trying to tell me that the consul's wife will rise up and say, oh, because my husband was a commander, I'm going to be the commander?
It's true.
But has any of the consul's brother even raised up their head and said, our brother was killed because of this project, because of that, the commandership should go to us? And many others I do not know. Even I heard on Radio Biafra, somebody died. People are dying every day.
That's how it
the
is.
Ultimate sacrifice you can give. Has any of their family members risen up to say, because my brother, my mother, my son, my daughter died in the quest for Biafra, I must be given position? So what are they trying to tell us? Because once you allow this thing to settle, that's the end of this struggle. That is why we cannot let it rest. Let them take themselves out of DOS. Let this message, Ejimofo, Ejimako, Ezekeme, the next time you're seeing Maazin Nandekano, let him know what is happening. We are serious. These guys must be expelled, at least suspended until you come out. If not, you guys are trying to start something that we may never like. We must live by examples. We must live by examples. We can never encourage disobedience. Because if you do it for one, you must do it for all.
Yes.
That's what we have been preaching. That's what we have been condemning Zoo for. We want to set an example. Charity starts at home. Because it's easy to condemn somebody else when it doesn't affect you. How you know an honorable person is when it affects you directly, you will stand and deliver justice the same way you will do it when it affects somebody else.
Yes.
That's what justice and equity is. If we want to play nepotism in this thing, a lot of people will get away.
Here, the directive is what we know.
It's not about who you know. It shouldn't be. He put a structure and said, follow this structure. What he handed over to Mazi Edozie is what you call power of attorney to oversee the affairs of this project until he comes out.
Exactly.
Period. Because if this thing goes down, Mazi will come out to blame Edozie.
Exactly.
He will come out to blame him. I handed it over to you.
He will ask him, did I not see my brother before handing it over to you?
I am saying it. People may not be able to, some people might be, I don't.
Okay. Thank you very much. It is the way it is. Great Biafrans all over the world. We are bringing this program to an end. My apologies. I did not know I was supposed to finish this program by 1 o'clock because I was supposed to go on a school run. So let me bring this program to an end until we meet again. Stay safe and make sure you stay informed. And we are calling on character in his step. He cannot destroy this IPOB, rather he will be destroyed because people have died and he is not better than those who have given their life for this quest for freedom. And the narrative that they are trying to push to make this struggle to look like a child's play, starting with, and they are trying to solve their disagreement. And whatever you see playing or coming out of autopilot today, you should know that what they are doing is called aftermath. They are trying to, unify all their syndicates.